Brian from toofab here. Pleasure to meet
Hey,
all
Brian.
of you.
Hi, Brian.
Hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
Now,
you.
I got to start off. Obviously, getting a reality show is a huge move for your family, but it also is one that, opens you up to even more scrutiny. I'm wondering, what were the conversations like, before signing on to this? And did you ever maybe seriously consider not doing it?
I think when you kind of agree to let cameras into your life, I think there's a level of trust, a huge level of trust with the people around you. And I feel like before that, I mean, you never really know what the outcome of anything is going to be. We technically still don't know what the outcome of it all is, but I feel like my mom definitely was not on board at the beginning, but through the end, we realized that we want to be able to tell our story instead of other people just telling the version of the story that they think is us. And I feel like right when we started, we were able to develop a very, very close relationship with the crew and the people behind the cameras. And we trusted them to really help us tell our story and not turn it into a drama-filled place where we're fighting, because that's just not reality. And I feel like after watching the show, I definitely see now how accurate it is. And I think we're all now very excited that we made the decision to go through with it.
And for mom and dad, Heidi, Mark, what were the concerns? How did you maybe get convinced into doing it if you were initially hesitant?
Well, I just knew that was, prior to that, we controlled when the phones and the cameras were on, and we controlled when we could turn them off. And I just had this idea of what having cameras in your house would be, of rolling all the time. And I don't know, I just felt like that was the last bit of just us being us inside of our home that we were going to have. And that worried me. But what I quickly realized after talking with the producers of that wasn't their intent. It was the intent to show, the work that the girls do and the conversations that they have as teenagers with each other and for us as a family. And I did, like Charli said, we did trust that we all wanted to tell a real story of what happens when the phones are down and our life on the flip side of it. And then I was on board, and I'm so happy with how it all turned out.
And you say you want people to see the show so they can see all the work that goes into everything. Do you think that the series will actually have that effect on viewers? And are you prepared for the possibility that there could be the opposite reaction from people too? Because there are always, the trolls, the haters out there.
I mean, there's going to be a negative reaction no matter what.
Yeah.
You can't control that at all. But
I think at the end of the day, we're all prepared, as we are with everything, for both sides. But I think, speaking for myself, I am so proud of this, that you can really say whatever you want about it, but it doesn't change the fact that we all did a very brave thing with sharing pieces of our lives that were tough and difficult and hard to get through. And at the time, feeling like there's no solution. And I feel like throughout that, like, you can't really take that away from us, because at the end of the day, like, we are sharing our stories. And I think that is an amazing thing.
And for Dixie, especially, in one of the earlier episodes, we do see one of those really tough emotional moments from you after, I think it was the Vogue video that dropped, all the reaction to that. And Mark even had to say, he asked first whether we could turn the camera on or not. Just, have you watched that back since? And how does it feel maybe revisiting moments like that?
I have watched it back, and I'm so glad it's in there, because I've gotten to see how much I've grown since filming and since that happened many, many months ago. And I feel like showing my growth as a person in the episodes of the show is so important for other people to see, and even myself. And I'm just super excited. I have no regrets with anything that's in the show. I wish we could have kept going and filmed more, because I feel like we have so much more to say, but I'm excited with everything that's in it.
Let's say, were there moments for any of you where you maybe didn't feel comfortable turning it on? And what were the conversations like, with producers, with cameramen? just
Before
kind of
any
navigating
really
that.
vulnerable parts of our lives were filmed, they would always ask, which is extremely amazing because I don't
Yeah.
feel like that happens shooting everything. So we're very thankful to have had such respectful crew members because they really kind of let us lead. And there was a point where I did need some time off to just kind of, I had a lot of stuff going on besides filming the show and my own stuff. And they gave me that time. And I'm very thankful for that because I think it helps not hide anything, but it helps give me time to kind of process.
Mm.
And I feel like that's needed at times, and not because of what I do, just because after a long time of doing a lot of things, sometimes you just need to step back for a little bit.
For all of you, there's a lot of talk about, burnout, what the future holds, being able to still have your normal life in conjunction with your public life. Just what do you see as maybe a 5-year plan, something 5 years from now? Do you think you can keep up the success without stretching yourselves too thin?
I don't think we could ever come up with a 5-year plan, because if 5 years ago we would have had a 5-year plan, we could have never imagined this happening. I think we have goals and things like that, and we're going to work towards those goals. But there's, like Mark says all the time, this is an adventure. So let's just, have fun and be smart and, keep our family intact. And at the forefront of everything is like our family bond. So who knows in 5 years what's going to happen.
And my last question I have for each of you is, what is your go-to reality show? Now that you are part of this world, what did you watch before this?
I grew up watching Dance Moms. I've seen every single episode. I love Dance Moms.
I would agree, especially as a dancer. It's an
Or-
entertaining show to watch.
Or Toddlers and Tiaras.
That's also a good one.
Great choices.
I have a newer one that I'm a little bit obsessed with right now, is Lego Masters. It's so good. If you have a chance, watch it. It's really good.
I grew up with the first ones, like The Real World, and then
Yep.
and then Jersey Shore, and like right across from us we have Selling Sunset right down the street. So we love our reality TV. So
Well, welcome to the reality TV world. Thank you all for your time today. Have a great one and stay safe out there.
Thank you. It's nice
Thank you
to
so
meet
much.
you.
Bye.